Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Dan Jurgens, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's a flying mullet! Oh, not many more straight things. Alright, kids, welcome back to another episode of Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast. Your journey from everything burned onward to the horizon. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is the... Wait, what's that say? Silver Banshee Fan Club Vice Director.
Justin Yao swooping back into Metropolis and getting ready to scream some faces off.
And Tyler may be able to join us here in a little bit. So,
yeah, he had some scaling Mount malware to do.
Yes.
So hopefully he doesn't have any malignancies waiting on his iPad.
Hopefully his tablet doesn't develop any warts or anything, you know. All right.
Any discharge?
Oh, hell. That's still getting me. Silver Banshee fan club vice director.
That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful.
So yeah, we're back. It's been a little bit since, like last week we did an action and a booster gold. This time we're doing one of each of the books at the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Superman.
One of all three.
Superman 12, Adventures of Superman 435, and Action Comics 595. I'm trying to remember. I think the last time we did Adventures, I think I said that might have been Wolfman's last, but this might be Wolfman's last this week's.
It kind of feels like it has a lot of finality to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we tie something up very quickly.
Yes, very quickly.
All right, so should we jump in?
Yes.
Here, let me open the iPad. Okay, well, I'm opening the iPad here. Did you see, I guess, I don't know if you ever watched Superman and Lois on the CW.
No.
But this upcoming season is going to be the last season, season 4.
Okay.
And I guess, I don't know, I saw something, I guess this is true, but I saw it online the other day, and they said, yeah, they're ending it now because they don't want it to compete with the Superman Legacy movie from James Gunn, and I'm just like,
no.
You're really worried,
that's the reason for doing it?
You're worried about your big budget movie competing with a show, no offense CW, but their budget's not the hugest, so
there's a night and day difference between the two of those things. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I hope they don't mess this up.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not looking very good.
Come on, DC. I don't want to be ashamed next time there's a DC movie out, and I don't want to be ashamed to say I'm a DC fan.
Yeah, or I remember the good old days of Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's not ever get there to that point.
No.
I did want to show you a couple of Superman books that I just got with my big book order in the mail. I got the hardcover Superman
nice.
Camelot Falls, the deluxe edition.
Kurt Busiek, yes.
Yes. And the late Carlos Pacheco, unfortunately, we just lost not too long ago.
I do remember that run. That's a good run.
Yeah. And this one, I love this so much. Tales of the Super Pets.
Tails.
Streaky the Super Cat. Crypto the Super Dog. We got Ace the Bat Hound.
No.
Everybody's in this one.
Hey, that's like we get an incredible simulation of Crypto and Streaky this week.
That's true. That made me really happy. I was like, oh, look, they're all there. Even the horse.
That's so funny, though. It's like, Yeah, we're not going to mention anything crisis, but we'll tease stuff every so often.
Yeah, we'll just throw some tidbits in here and there. I like that.
All right. Should we jump in? Superman 12 first. Is that fine with you? That's
Sure.
we
can
okay.
do that one first.
I mean, the cover's not bad, but that cover, I don't know, that cover's a little weird to me.
Yeah. It's a little strange. Yeah.
All right. You're gonna love this synopsis. All right. Superman Volume 2, Number 12 from December 1987, Lost Love. And of course, writer and penciler John Byrne, inker Carl Kessel, colors Tom Zayuko, letterer John Costanza.
Costanza.
And editor Mike Harlan. All right. How do you sum up this issue? Well, I can do it in 7 words, kids.
7 words, okay.
Superman remembers his old lover, Lori Lemaris. That makes it sound kind of naughty.
It does. How is he remembering her? In the dark by himself?
Oh, that's naughty.
What are the circumstances of this remembrance?
Oh, okay. Here's an ironic one.
There's nothing to get wet about anyway.
And with this one, you definitely can't say superior puss.
Oh, no. Why can't you say that, kids? Because there's something fishy going on.
There's a part with there's a part with some tentacles, though.
Oh, yes. Were they tentacles?
I don't think those are tentacles.
All right.
The octopus really liked Lori. Let's put it that way.
All right, let's get into this. Yes, we see Superman meeting someone, Ronald, on the rugged Atlantic coastline north of Metropolis.
Yeah, and we don't see him from the waist down at all.
Yeah, not yet, because
not yet, anyway.
Yeah, they meet about Superman talking about, I love Lori, you took her away from me, and then talking about her death, and they're preparing a special memorial, so he wants Superman to relate his story of his time with Lori, so flashback,
wavy lines. And look, he's almost got a mullet.
I know, yeah.
He's got a proto mullet here. In, what is this, 1987?
Yes, this issue, yeah.
Yeah, so this is prime mullet era.
So I guess he flashes back to when he was in a student at Metropolis University. Or University Metropolis, yes.
Yeah.
And he sees
so many years ago, yeah.
Yes, he sees a young woman in an out-of-control wheelchair. So he melts her tires.
Yeah. Why not?
Catches her.
She needed new tires anyway.
The
other ones were getting shoddy.
I looked into eyes as deep and mysterious as the sea.
Yep.
And for the first time in my life, I fell in love.
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry, Lana.
Wow. Yeah. Lana's like, gee, thanks, Clark.
So they introduce themselves, and Lori's like, it's like, what happened to my tires? And Clark's like, what kind of excuse can I come up with? And she kind of gives him an excuse, like, it must have been the friction.
Yeah.
So she's like, hope we see each other again. And then, like a week later, they're both on a field trip to the Ark, the floating aquarium in Metropolis River.
Has a bunch of fish on board this giant ship. But then, of course, there's a catastrophe.
Oh, yes, an out-of-control tugboat. Yes, it hits the side and the thing starts sinking. So Clark gets Lori to safety, and she's like, no, I'll be all right. And he's like, brave handicapped girl.
But she's like, save the fish, because the polluted river water will kill them. Which I liked that. I was like, I liked the fact that they didn't just abandon the fish to die on the boat. That was nice.
Yes, we've seen too much animal cruelty in comics lately.
That's right.
Yes.
Wolverine.
I swear there was something else too, but yeah. Oh, Rom. Yeah, remember the dog got shot?
Oh, Rom.
Yeah.
The dog got shot by Rom by the ricocheted bullets. Yeah. Seen
yeah.
enough dog death lately. Yeah.
Clark dives in the river and separates the tug in the boat. As the tug, like, the engine room blows up, he's like, I don't think it was the explosion that separated them.
Yeah. Of course.
Then he sees Lori dive in the river and then get grabbed by a giant octopus from the Ark.
Yep.
Oh, see, now we can say it. Yes, this giant octopus.
Superior puss!
That octopus really liked her.
He's like,
clinging on.
So, okay, this is the part I don't get, because he's like, Clark's like, wait a minute, is she talking to it? Its lips are moving. I'm like, isn't she telepathic? Why would she have to move her lips?
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's weird.
Again, I guess so Clark suspects something, but I'm just like,
yeah.
Is she telepathic?
Yeah. Maybe it's the whole, like, mermaid thing that she's singing the song of the mermaids or whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
She's so dumb, she moves her lips when she's speaking telepathically. So, yeah, the octopus swims away, and Clark grabs Lori and says, what happened? That monster had grabbed you. And she says, they're actually very timid.
Yeah, but here's for me where the mystery was completely ruined, because you never once see her legs. Like, that blanket would have definitely come off when she dove in the water. There's no way that blanket would have still been draped around her legs.
Well, like when he's like carrying her out of the river too. I'm like, your arms under what should be her legs. I'm like, you can't tell that that doesn't fit. Even through the blanket, that's not going to feel a little funny. Where it's like, oh no, that's like one tail, not like two legs.
Yeah, there's a significant weight difference between the two things, I would imagine.
But again, I mean, we're in the universe where, he disguises himself with a pair of glasses. But
that's true. Yeah. We both have our secret, she says. Promise me that you will respect mine. Promise me you will never try to see my legs.
Oh yeah, that's a foundation for a great relationship.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, I guess they basically start dating.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden one night she's like, well, she says, I got to get back to my trailer on time. He's like, every night she has to get home by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. What are you going to turn into a pumpkin?
And then one day, he proposes, and he says, first I have to tell you a secret. And she says, I know all about your great powers. He's like, how did you know? When did I get myself away? And she's like, you did not. You shared your greatest secret, but I can't. I know it must seem cruel, but I'm not being cruel. Part of the reason I was sent to America, and part of why I can love you with all my heart, but never marry you. So then he's all about, why is it your legs off? I can search the whole world for.
Instead, his logical deduction, it's another man.
Oh yeah, because he spies on her that night with that X-ray vision.
He gets all stalkery and starts following her to her trailer and using his X-ray vision to spy on her. I was like, what are you doing, Clark?
So I love his X-ray vision can see through the side of the trailer, but he's still not seeing through that
blanket. Through the blanket. Yeah.
I mean, unless she saw it in his mind, she's like, oh yeah, he can't see through lead. I better wrap some lead around this.
Lead blanket. There we go. They had a lot of those hanging around in Atlantis, I guess. Yeah.
Hello, Russell. How's your lips? Whoa. And you never want to see her legs. Holmes Hello, mullet fan, Russell.
Howdy, y'all!
Russell would have gotten the biggest kick out of this issue. I could picture him reading this and just laughing.
Oh, hello, Noel. Space Jesus. Yes, we are talking about him. We're talking about his time with. We're talking about his time with the mermaid. Superman 12. Space Jesus and the mermaid.
And wasn't this, I was trying to think, wasn't this around the time when that movie Mermaids came out? Wasn't there that movie Mermaids right around this time?
Was it? It's got to be one of them, because was it Splash who was with the mermaid too?
Oh, with Daryl Hannah. That's what I was
There's
thinking.
There's got to be
about.
one of them. Yeah,
Splash.
you would think. But again, Lori was like a Silver Age character too, so
yeah.
Wow.
But
no, Soup's like that thing is fish lady. That's right, Noel. Right in the gill. It's a cryptonic. Oh, Lord.
If this aquarium's a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Ah, that Lori. What a broad. She's such a catch. Between the gills. Look at the gills on that broad. No splashes.
Whitest piece of tail he ever had.
Oh. 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 But no, Splash was 1983, so it wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
So what was it? Mermaids, maybe.
Mermaids.
But like I said, Lori was a Silver Age character, so.
Yeah, but she hadn't been talked about in a while, had she? She died during Crisis.
I mean, this was her first post-Crisis appearance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it? Oh, wait, here we go. 1990. Mermaids.
Oh, 90? Oh, my word.
So this kind of took place between the two, yeah.
Ugh. God. I must have tried to delegate that to further back in history.
Oh, Lord. No. Even Fish Lady's going to be somewhere. Oh, is that where he went? Okay. Russell. He was looking for the anti-life equation. Desaad was hiding in there. Oh, geez. What, the trailer or the gills? I don't know. I swear, one day we're just going to do an episode. We'll get Lilith in on this, and we're just like, we're going to throw out a topic and see how many lines these guys can throw out. Just, you know,
yes,
like we would have just jumped on tonight and we're like, mermaids, go!
Mermaids.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Russell, very old Tomes of Evil callback.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, no. Even aliens like a fish taco. Well, at least you can blame the smell on something. So Clark sees Lori on some radio, and he's like, "She's a spy."
Oh, she's a commie.
Once again, kids, X-ray vision, seeing through the side of her trailer, but still not through that blanket. Yeah.
Yep.
So later on, when she's out of the trailer, well, he checks her files at the university. She's in the history, archaeology, marine biology, classical mythology.
Yep. He's digging up the dirt on her.
Then we checks her trailer. Yeah, the bed is not a bed; it's a giant.
How cool is that? He goes into her place. Just looking around.
Super stalker,
scoping out her bed.
Super stalker, as only Burn could write him.
Burn.
Oh, Lord, Russell, caviar for all. Little Superman caviar. Jeez. No, I never ask you for nothing, but one day can you send me a drop that says those gills scare me?
Those boobs scare me.
Or right between the gills. That'll do too.
I was gonna say eventually Laura will be back, so yes, well, that'll come in handy one day. Instead of a bed, she has a giant fish tank, and then he's like, "Wait a minute, this is crazy." The flying alien says, "What I'm thinking is crazy, but yes, I believe. Yes, I know what she is."
Maybe I should actually use my X-ray vision to look under that blanket now.
Yes. So then he finds her literally trying to crawl back into the sea.
Yeah, she's crawling to the ocean. Yeah.
Then he grabs her and takes her to to Atlantis.
Well, over the in the ocean over it. Yeah.
So she jumps in the water and strips down.
Yeah. Surprise! She's a mermaid.
Again, here the minute he sees her in the ocean, for the first time, he's like, it was Lori's voice, but speaking inside my mind, she was a natural telepath. Then why was she moving her lips with the octopus?
Yeah, some natural telepath.
Oh boy. Noel just hit the magic word. Yes, I believe he did. Noel, didn't Frank Miller bring the fish lady back in his weird Superman book?
Your mother's a whore!
I believe, and she makes a return in the 90s here. So because astonishingly, for the first time, when a character is believed to be dead, they're not.
Imagine that.
I know.
Imagine that.
So she gives them the whole history of Atlantis, how it used to be above the sea, and then the great cataclysm 45,000 years ago that sunk it, and then how her ancestors developed the ability to breathe underwater.
But the serum made them fish people.
That's right. And then, they had on and off contact with the surface world.
Yeah.
And then some of them went off to start new communities. Some of these colonies lost touch with Atlantis. She said that's why she came to America. Her family, her mother, father, younger sister, are all that remain of one such lost colony. But she tells them, yes, that's why we can't be together. You belong on the surface world, and we must say, oh God. Had to say it. Superman realized. No, that's the thing. He did. No, I think he's depressed because he didn't.
Yeah. That's one notch on the bedpost. He can't actually.
No. Damn scurvy. See, you were gonna write a story, Justin, about him and that broad on Apocalypse, and write this story.
A million little Superman caviar.
A Kryptonian with a tail with no legs. Yeah, come on. So yes, we see him and Lori separated at that point, and then he's like, I almost put her out of my mind for several years, but then I saw that haughty Aquaman, and I just...
that blonde biscuit will do it for you.
Oh my! Don't let Namor hear you saying that, Justin. Jeez.
My favorite biscuit. See, that's the only thing that's missing, is if Namor had blonde hair, that'd be the whole package.
And then Clark learns the hidden location of Atlantis years later. Years later.
Hans Schmidt, this old nasty dude.
I know. Hans Schmidt sounds like he should have been dropped out of Nakatomi Plaza. But telling Clark about all the these sightings of a mermaid. She's too beautiful to be human, and I mean to have her alive or dead.
Alive or dead.
So they reunite just in time
for her to get a knife in the back from this dude.
Yep.
I said I'd have the sea witch. Her corpse will be worth thousands to a circus sideshow. Oh, God. All right.
And Clark just loses it. He's like, if she dies, there'll be no corner of the universe where you can hide from me. Dude's like, you're mad. I'm like, why did Schmidt have to kill her? Couldn't he have taken her alive? You get her on the sea.
Yeah.
You get her on the sea, she really can't run away.
Yeah, exactly.
Get her on land.
He could have made a lot more money off of her alive. Let's put it that way. If that was his goal, to get thousands of dollars, stupid.
That's the guy who looks like he'd bang a fish. Ron Schmidt.
Yeah. He looks like Seamus from Family Guy before he got his arms and legs chewed off by the sharks.
Well, looks like Popeye if he had a rough couple of years.
Popeye if he turned to meth instead of spinach.
I got me a bit of a meth problem. Oh, instead of spinach, it's meth. Noel, what's Russell say? Noel Tate, the huge manatee. Oh, get it, kids, instead of the humanity. Oh, Jesus. What is that, Hans Schmidt? Well, blow me low. You kids aren't allowed to play here anymore. Jeez.
They're naughty. I love it.
So, oh yeah, that whole chat room over there. Yes, all I can say is,
oh, that's naughty.
But Superman takes Lori to Atlanta or Tritonus.
Tritonus, yeah. This is the colony.
Yes, and where she's saved by a young doctor, Ronald. But then,
He is.
But then Superman's like, oh no, now we can get married, and she's like, no, she's fallen in love with Ronald, and she's like, no, our love was never meant to be. You thought you felt love, but it was more like pity and stuff. And she's saying, my life's done here, and I see in your mind you found someone too, a human woman named Lois Lane.
Lois, ooh, you've got the things for Lois.
Who's like nasty to you half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Lori's like Clark and Lois up in a tree.
Oh, Russell.
Oh my God.
You're welcome, but you're not welcome. Oh, jeez. Hello, Tyler.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Tyler.
Finally, some sanity. So
I had to jump in here. I missed you guys.
We're still on the first issue. We're still talking the
you're fine.
Superman.
I'm behind on the books because I could not get things to work right, but I just missed you guys, so I just wanted to join in and just listen and
That's
be
fine.
here.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the Lori Lemaris issue.
Oh my gosh.
With the mermaid, yeah.
That's one of those, like, I feel that they were just like, hey, I got an idea. What if Superman was with Aquaman's sister? Well, you know what? Let's just make another character. It's going to be Aquaman's sister.
When they were kids, yeah.
We'll just call her Lori, and we'll make let's get this. Let's just put it as another double L for fun.
Oh yes.
Well, let's just see. Let's see how many double L's we can get into Superman's existence.
Right.
Well, at this
Lori
point, yeah.
Lemaris,
I mean,
Lana Lang, Lois Lane.
Yeah. I mean,
especially when you get to all the Luthers, where it's just L.
Yeah.
And again, this is her first post-crisis appearance, but yeah, back in the day, she was just, she was a Silver Age character. So yeah, they were just like,
Yeah.
He's an alien. He's been with humans. He's been with probably, alternate dimensions, aliens. I know a mermaid.
Mermaid, yeah.
I mean,
another one for the bedpost.
Those drugs in the 60s and 70s must have been really good.
Yeah.
Smoke the doobie.
Yeah, they took the acid tab right to the eyeball.
Everyone loves cocaine.
All right, so yeah, we almost got to the end where she's saved by her doctor and she falls in love with the doctor and she's like,
They fall in love and
and you're with Lois Lane, so yeah, that's when we get to the end of the story,
and then there's that little teaser at the end for Millennium.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that next episode, kids. It's at least a Superman issue.
Yeah, Ma and Pa Kent are tranquilized by a mysterious figure at the end.
Yes, when they go over to Lana's house. Well,
why?
If you listen to previous episodes, you know who the Manhunter agent is in Smallville, kid.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah, did you get a chance to read this, Tyler, or no?
No. I had issues. We'll just say that. I
mean, most of it's a flashback to Clark meeting Lori and when he was at Metropolis U.
Yeah.
I tried to get going. I said, like, my 1 year renewal came up for my birthday for my Ultra, but then I had to buy new tires for Jania, and with her car you have to buy all four at the same time. So I had to do that. That was an unexpected bill, and then had to take my dog to the vet to have some surgery. So that was unexpected, and so there wasn't a lot of leftover money for Tyler to renew his Ultra this pay period. So.
How dare you put the safety of your wife and your family pet over this podcast you get paid nothing for?
I know. I thought about it. I told Jania, I was like, Phil's going to be upset. She's like, what? I'm like, I can't do the reading. I'm like, don't have my app. Because all my comic stuff now comes from doing the app. I'm like, he's going to be she's like, can we go to the comic book store? I said, no. I was like, these are all old. I'm like, we'd be there forever trying to find these books. I was like,
we have collections of all this stuff now.
Yeah, but I ended up spending almost as much as just buying the damn app.
Oh, well, yeah.
Doing
That's
we
true.
started on my other
That's
pet. We started on my other pet peeve. It's like when you go and search for back issues and like they don't have them in any kind of order.
Nope, just there's a box over there. Not even alphabetical. Just there's and another thing is, can I just say, like, it's frustrating that they don't have you can't do Ultra monthly. Like you can't pay like
Oh yeah.
like it's either I totally forgot. It's like, oh, I'll just switch to monthly. They have regular monthly, but it's only like I don't know what all books it has, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that and not get what I need out of it.
I was gonna say, what do you get with Ultra? 'Cause I think I'm on the regular. I mean, I do the yearly, but
I'm on the regular.
Because Ultra is you get the books 30 days after they release, and then they have certain books that come out the same day, and they drop on Ultra the same day, and they have more. They have more of a collection that expands more some of their other books like Vertigo and stuff like that. They have more of that in there. There's I just do the Ultra because my nearest comic shop's like 40 minutes away.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, anything current I'm into, I'll just get the floppies. But if you're reading current stuff, Ultra's probably the way to go. All right. The boys calmed down on the fish jokes, Justin. So, any final thoughts on 12?
It's just bonkers. I mean, the fact that he never once thought to use his X-ray vision to look under that blanket's silly. And her whole rationale was silly too. As soon as she found out that he was from another planet, she should have been like, "Guess what? I'm a mermaid. We're both."
Yeah, I know. She's like, "Oh yeah, you always belong in my world." Or
never look at my legs. Never look at my legs. Yeah, whatever.
I feel like you couldn't deal with a mermaid. Huh? You're talking to an alien.
Yeah.
But again, it's so weird because it's like after Crisis, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna like get rid of all this all the Silver Age stuff. He's the only Kryptonian, no pets, no nothing." But meanwhile, we're working the mermaid girlfriend back in the continuity. Like,
right? Yeah,
okay.
That's legitimate, but nothing else is. Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, should we get to Adventures of Superman 435?
Yes.
Which I love that Ordway cover.
Yeah, that's a great cover, isn't it? Man, this is the first time I read this one, actually.
Yeah, I think I got this with some of those back issues not too long ago. All right, this one is another great synopsis.
Oh, you got another short one for this? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this one might have one more word. This one might be 8 words. All right, Adventures of Superman 435, also December 1987. The Circle Turns. Writers Jerry Ordway and Marv Wolfman, penciler Jerry Ordway, inker John Beatty, colorist Anthony Tullen, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editor Mike Carlin. All right, synopsis: The Circle realized they aren't looking for Superman, which is all right. So yes, I mean, this one starts with Clark and Kat doing a story at a racetrack, and Clark kind of like...
Yeah, I thought that was weird. The whole thing with the racetrack.
Well, yeah, when they're like, "Oh, Mr. Kat, you got to try this Formula One racer."
What are they doing putting him in there?
I know.
That's odd.
And then he gets attacked mentally by what's her face?
From the circle.
Yeah.
I forget what her name is. Yeah.
So then I love he crashes the Formula One race. And like, oh my god, he's dead. And he just like walks out of the wreckage. She's like, how did you survive? He's like, oh, I think I got thrown.
I must have been thrown clear. Of course, yeah.
I'm like, wouldn't you still be hurt if you were thrown from a Formula One racer?
Yeah, his glasses were still on too. I love that. He was thrown clear, but his glasses were still on, and they weren't scratched a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that Zahara, the one in the...
Oh, maybe, yeah, Zahara. That sounds about right.
I think so, yeah. Because she goes in his mind against why he crashes the car. And then... Although I think they did this in the last issue of Adventures 2, where Kat's like, I don't know, I might have to move to New York if I get custody of my son. I'm like, is that just like Wolfman giving the next writer like room? It's like, if you want to use Kat, you can. If you don't, there's a built-in excuse that.
Here's a way to write her out if you want to. Yeah, that's possible.
Then,
or maybe it was just everybody was mad from when Kat, lied to Lois and made her, leave the apartment and throw her groceries away.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, Lois is Lois was kind of catty with her too.
Yeah, they both had it going back and forth for a while, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a glimpse of Concussion over at Stryker's Island.
Yep,
I love that.
Yep.
Yeah. Good old Concussion.
They freed by Charger, who was part of the, what is that, the Fatal Five or whatever.
Was he Charger?
Yeah, because remember they were like, "Oh, we have these 2 new members." Wasn't it Charger and wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's why he blasts Mammoth. That's right.
Yeah, because Mammoth's like, "You're gonna let me out, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, no,
no,
you're a moron.
I'm gonna repay my debt to you and zap you in the face."
So yeah, you get a quick appearance of Mammoth, which I'm sad this time because there's no mention of Pee Wee Herman this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Charger frees Concussion and leaving the prison, and so Superman's flying around. He's like, okay, I thought first I thought this thing was a dream, but I've been attacked like twice now mentally, at least twice.
Yeah, this is too much of a coincidence.
Yeah. So now the circle's meeting, and Zahara's basically like,
they're talking about Prana's death.
Yeah,
from the previous story, and they had decided that it was accidental, and they didn't blame Superman for it anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Oh, we thought Superman was part of our circle, but he's not.
Yeah, but we still need him. So.
Mm-hmm. But I guess in some of the mental thing, there was an image of the building they're at, because Superman arrives at 666 10th Avenue, the Jurgens building.
Jurgens building, yeah, I love that. Yeah, and then that's when he has his hallucination and sees all the super pets.
Yeah, getting attacked by Lois and Perry and everyone. Yes, yeah, we got Crypto, Streaky, we got the whole Comet. Yes,
all of them. That's my favorite part of the issue. I love that.
Then he gets attacked by Lois, Lana, and Cat dressed as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that part was funny. I got a good kick out of that one. And then she shifts into Wonder Woman, who starts throwing him around.
I don't want you, Superman. Hell, I don't even need you. You're not special.
You're not special.
Lots of women. This week is womanish. You see.
A brief glimpse of the Newsboy Legion. Boo!
I'm like, did they make an appearance yet? I'm like, I know they were probably pre-crisis, but I'm like, have they made up post? Because he recognizes them. He says Newsboy Legion. I'm like, did they?
Yeah, he knows who they are. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he gets attacked by some big green creature.
Yes. Nice big full page.
Wonder who that's supposed to be.
Well, after I started looking at this some more, I remember there's a few issues later on. It's another Jerry Ordway one where he fights like a kryptonite man that looks kind of like him, almost like a clone of Superman, but he's on kryptonite. This dude that he's fighting almost kind of looks like that.
Almost looks like that. I wasn't sure if they were like homaging, the strongest Marvel character there is.
Yeah. At first that was my thought, but
I don't know who that is. If you want to learn who that is, go check out Gamma Charge, kids.
Gamma Charge. Yes.
Gamma Charge might help you figure that out.
That's right.
I hear it's the strongest podcast there is.
I don't know.
Right.
Well, Lil tells me it's the strongest Marvel podcast there is.
Oh, well, she and Russell have a debate going about that. I'll let them
That's a debate we need to go down. Yeah, who's Hulk versus Superman. Yeah. Although Superman did beat him, mullet and all, in that Marvel versus DC back in the 90s. Which is getting reprinted soon.
Reprinted in the omnibus. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, Tyler, did you see that? They're going to be putting out an omnibus of all the Marvel DC.
I used to have... I don't even remember which one it was, but I had one of those. I think it was a trade of it, and
but it's going to be the miniseries,
reprinting a lot of their stories. It'd be nice to have a reprint of the Superman meets Spider-Man.
I think that's going to be in there. It's going to be in there because they're reprinting a bunch of those one shots too. Yeah.
So I mean, why not? I wonder if they'll bring back their amalgam characters.
Yeah, that's in another omnibus.
Maybe, yeah. They should. Both companies could use the money.
Yeah. I would love to see them continue some of those.
Oh yeah, what was it? Super Soldier, Superman and Captain America.
Super Soldier.
What was the one that was Batman, like Wolverine?
Dark Claw.
Dark Claw.
Oh, I'm sure Ray loved that. They separated there was Batman and Wolverine and as Dark Claw, and then there was Bruce Wayne, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah. I, of course, loved Doctor Strange Fate. And I loved Amazon,
Yes.
which was Wonder Woman and Storm. Yeah.
Speed Demon, Flash.
Speed Demon
Flash
was good
and Ghost
too.
Rider.
Yeah. I think those were my 3 favorites.
Oh, one who showed in that Bruce Wayne Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 2 seconds we get with a K, Nightwing, which was Moon Knight and Nightwing.
Yes. For 2 seconds, yeah.
All right. So
yeah, he has to fight with this green dude who all of a sudden has Jimmy's face.
mhm.
Of course he does.
Yeah, and then things start getting him even more trippy.
Yeah, all these
And then we start to get the point at this point in the issue that, we got to wrap this up quick. What do we do?
Yeah, because Zahara is basically like, yeah, we know you're not one of us, but we need your help to get back to our own dimension or whatever. And he's like, I would have helped if you would have asked me in the first place.
Yeah, you didn't have to attack me, you bunch of chodes. You could have just asked me. I mean, I'm the most powerful dude on the planet. If anybody could have found a way to help you, I could have done it. You didn't have to attack me.
I know. He's like, I could pay you back in kind, but he's like, oh, yeah, he's like, I'll be enough to be rid of you. So she's like, here, take my hand. And all of a sudden, they'd all just disappear.
That's it.
He's like, that's
They're
it?
gone.
They're gone? I'm back on Earth? That's all that was needed.
Building's gone.
Yeah. So basically, all I had to do was hold her hand for a couple seconds, and that was it.
Yeah. It was that easy. Yep.
But they did say something about a lost member. He's like, still don't know what happened to that lost one. Oh, well, if he shows up someday, maybe I'll be able to help him get to where his fellow travelers are, if I ever figure out where that is.
And how it happened in the first place.
Yeah, so.
Oh, my word. Yeah.
So I would assume, yes, that was Marv Wolfman wrapping up his run.
Well,
yeah, because the Millennium next issue, he had Sam Byrne Ordway, yeah, so.
yes. Yeah, it's all Millennium next time, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. This issue was weird, man. I couldn't...
Again, most of it was mostly just tying up that dangling plot point Marv Wolfman had.
Yeah. I would almost have rather that they left it open, though, because this resolution is just so half-assed that it doesn't make sense in the grander scheme of any of it.
I mean, unless he was just worried that no one was going to pick it up, and everyone was going to be like, well, "What happened to that thing 5 years ago that no one ever wrapped up?"
Well, maybe.
Meanwhile,
they could have wrapped it up in an annual or something. I don't know.
Like that one in Dunville. What was that? Stratos.
Stratos.
Because no one ever wrapped that thing up.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get to the last issue?
Yes, Action Comics.
Action 595. That's right.
One of my favorites.
First appearance. Yes.
That's right.
Action Comics 595, December 1987. The Ghost of Superman. Writer and penciler John Byrne, inker Keith Williams, colorist Tom Zayuko, letterer John Costanza, and editor Mike Carlin.
It's so funny you just did that. Like, I just today started rewatching Seinfeld from the beginning. I was like, I'm just gonna start watching this. I need a good humorous throwback show. And
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Oh, there's so many shows I'll watch them through all the way through a few times, and I'm like, I need to put this on break. I can watch Seinfeld over and over and over,
yeah.
Especially like the later the seasons. Yeah,
yeah. It's just one of those shows I'm like, I've seen a lot of, but I've never sat and like seen it through. So yeah,
nice.
It's a lot of episodes about nothing. All right.
And you said you do have a synopsis for this one.
Yes.
It's just called Silver Banshee.
A black and white clad woman with a skull-painted face calling herself the Silver Banshee terrorizes Metropolis by rampaging through bookstores looking for a certain book while killing whoever she touches. When Superman confronts her, he discovers, though seemingly a bit too late, that it's not her touch that kills, but rather her voice. As Metropolis mourns for the loss of Superman as he lies lifeless in his coffin, his ghost seemingly emerges to carry on the fight. As Silver Banshee plows through another bookstore in order to find the book, she confronts Superman's ghost, who is unaffected by her killing voice, nor by her deadly scream. As she vanishes, Superman appears alive, revealing that the Silver Banshee's voice had only rendered him unconscious and that his ghost was really the Martian Manhunter, who both discover that the Silver Banshee's power has no effect over someone whose identity is masked. And Superman will use that later in another issue.
Yeah. He remembers that.
Yeah, this one. So you said you loved her first appearance, Justin. So what you think?
Oh, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I remember when this came out, I got this off one of the spinner racks and just loved it, especially that cover. I was like, oh, man, this is awesome. And when the actual death of Superman happened, I remembered this issue. I was like, well, I was there when it happened in 87 when Silver Banshee did it the first time with Doomsday got crap on Silver Banshee. Like, yeah, I love this issue. I love the fact that we have another magical, mystical powered nemesis for Superman because we know that's one of his weaknesses. And
I just enjoy the Silver Banshee. I think it's an underrated character.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool to see a new nemesis for Superman at this point in time, where they were kind of throwing a lot of new villains out there and seeing which one stuck, and I'm glad that this was one of the ones that did.
And it's so weird too because it's like, you know, Maggie Sawyer and the MCU show up to try to stop her. Superman doesn't even show up until the last panel of page 8.
I know. And then, of course, Ray's favorite character makes an appearance.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yep.
See, Ray, everyone loves that drop. I don't care who I podcast with. Everyone mentions that drop.
Batman, my favorite character.
I actually quoted it the other day talking with the kids.
I love Batman.
I love the page too when Lex is freaking out. No, it should have been me. It was supposed to be me. He's destroying everything in his office.
Oh, but we get the Pee Wee Herman quote here.
Yeah,
Superman quotes Pee Wee Herman. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
This is just another one of those comics, this issue, that I'm like, this could have been a really cool Superman the Animated Series episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talked about a couple of them before. I feel like there's something about it that I think could translate really well into a one-off episode.
Absolutely.
And it's been 9 years since I've watched Superman the Animated Series all the way through because I've kind of been holding back. But I don't think Silver Banshee ever made an appearance.
I don't think she did either. Do you remember, Phil?
I don't think she did.
Not ringing a bell for me.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever really made an appearance in animation. Like, I know she's been in like some of the direct, like the Public Enemies movie, but she's like in the background, like never.
Yeah, like live action, they did like Supergirl. Was she on Supergirl?
She was in Supergirl, right?
And she was in Smallville.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I could have sworn that she was in some animated thing.
She's in, like I said, she's in the back, right? She is in Justice League Unlimited. In the series.
Oh, maybe that's what it was thinking of. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I love she has a skull face and she has skull face earrings too.
Yes.
I just think you could, like, we reviewed a Silver Banshee we talked about last time on Krypton Report book. And I just think, I don't know, it's a character you could do a really cool Superman. You could have even like taken this comic, set it at Halloween just to have fun, and had Silver Banshee. So then you get a Halloween special and a introduction to Silver Banshee out of an animated series.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
And then, of course, most recently, they did have a new style of Silver Banshee in My Adventures with Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then in film, it says that she's in Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, Batman, Unlimited Monster Mayhem, the Lego Batman movie, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. Very small part in that. But yeah, I feel like she's underserved, but has a really iconic look and style to her.
Definitely. Very unique, too. I mean, you don't really see a lot of characters with this kind of power set in the DC sphere.
That is so funny. Her and Superman's ghost, and then after she looks like she blows herself up, and like, oh no, that's the Martian Manhunter. Superman shows up. Jimmy's like, wait a minute, there's your Superman and your ghost. He's like, no, that's the Martian Manhunter.
Surprise! Yeah, I like that part a lot. Yeah,
and again,
the part where she freaks out at the end and just starts screaming louder and louder until everything explodes. It's fantastic.
But again, on that last,
I've had days like that.
I know you have when they ask you to do overtime. I'm kind of the same way.
Exactly, yeah.
But that last page with all its dialogue, they're basically like, where did the Silver Banshee come from? I don't know. So yeah,
I don't know.
Stay tuned, kids. It's gonna come in here.
She does return, actually. Not too shortly after this, right?
I think
it's over in Superman that she appears.
Yeah,
next.
there's one. Yeah, and then there's an appearance even after that too. So there's at least 2 more appearances coming here.
There's another John Byrne issue, and I think there was after that was the Mike Mignola issue.
And then in one of the current, one of the books from not too recent past, Tyler was it the regular Superman book by Joshua Williamson? Wasn't Jimmy dating Silver Banshee?
Yeah, Jimmy
was dating her.
Yeah, she's like, and this is one of those things that I get tired of because you're having all these stories where like, oh, this villain actually is turning over a new leaf.
Yeah.
And is bettering herself and becoming a good person, which I'm like, okay, but you're not leaving us any villains to fight.
Yeah, that's that's my thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying never do it, but I mean, not every villain has to be, they're just misunderstood. I mean, sometimes a a-hole is just an a-hole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's almost like we're trying to redeem Lex here again. I mean, they've done that before too, where they try to make Lex more heroic or an anti-hero. I'm just like, I see what you're doing, because what was that? Was that Rebirth or like a few years ago, Tyler, when they were doing Lex? He was wearing the Superman armor. They were trying
that was in the Rebirth era, and then
and I'm like, they're just trying to make him Tony Stark of DC. That's what they're doing.
And then they tried to make, over that same time in Action Comics, Detective, Clayface, was trying to turn over the guy.
I remember that, yeah.
It just, it works for some characters. You can have a redemption arc or whatever. Then it's like, okay, you just start doing all of them. You're like, you're chipping away at having actual villains.
Well, I think the thing is they're looking for the next Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Where they get too popular, and then they're like, "Oh, well, we want to merchandise them and give them their own book, and let's make them an anti-hero." Yeah, it's just That's what I was afraid they keep trying to. I'm afraid they're going to try to do that with the Joker. I'm like, no.
No. There's just some characters that don't have redemption or anything in them, and the Joker is one of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Lilith and I were talking in the current Batman book. They're kind of doing like the Joker like year 1, and it's like, no. We don't need all this detail, because the one point there's a guy who trained Batman who's like training the Joker to be the Joker, and we're just like, nothing says chaos like being trained to be chaos.
Well, what I don't understand is why they don't do more Elseworld stuff. Like some of the Elseworld stuff over the years has taken on legs of its own, and like Red Sun and all the other stuff that they've branched off of other things.
And the Elseworld,
why don't they do more Elseworld stuff, and they could have the Joker be a superhero like they want to do, and have it be an Elseworlds thing, and they could make a whole miniseries. They could do an ongoing about it, and it wouldn't interrupt any of the other stuff that's going on already, and it would make a little bit more sense in the grander scheme of things.
I mean, that whole Batman White Knight thing, that was kind of the Joker being not evil.
Which was cool. Like, that was a separate story, and it was cool.
And then they milked the hell out of that, and they're just like, here's another miniseries, here's a one-shot, here's another miniseries.
Yeah, I think they should do more Elseworld stuff, and that way they can explore these concepts and have them even go further if they take off, if they're successful, then they can keep doing them. But that way it will make a little bit more sense when they start playing with characters like that.
But something seems popular, and then they just milk the hell out of it. Anyone remember the Batman Who Laughs?
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one or any of the other one? Okay. All right, Tyler, I know you didn't read all of them. Justin, how would you rank these in order?
Silver Banshee goes first.
Silver Banshee first.
I do that.
It's the one I got first.
Yeah. The issue with the Circle, the Adventures of Superman one, was tough because it didn't make a whole lot of sense, and you could tell that they were trying to wrap up that plot really quickly.
Very rushing, yeah. To get it done.
Yeah. I feel like if that had been done in an annual or something, where Marv could have like really put some extra time into the plot and fleshed it out further and given it a more satisfying ending, it would have been a lot better than this.
I mean, what they gave us, I mean, you take out that race car thing, I mean, they almost could have did that story in a backup in an annual.
Right, exactly.
Or in a main issue. Just like,
yeah, and just the resolution where he just had to hold her hands. It's like, oh, yikes.
Yeah, it's like, why are you attacking him if all you need is him to hold your hand?
Yeah. That would have taken all of 5 minutes to arrange. Yeah. Especially for somebody with telepathic talents like that. Like, I don't. Yeah, so I think that was probably the last one, and then the Superman issue with Lori is slightly above that.
Yeah,
which
that's second.
Also, still, it's like I don't understand the point of it. I don't get it. But
again, reintroducing Lori to supposedly kill her, although she will be back, kids.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Byrne has some fetishes. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I get it.
Like Superman stalking Lori, yeah.
It's the LL thing. That's his fetish.
Oh yeah.
Anybody with the LL thing in the name is like.
Well, that's what I think.
That's his real kryptonite.
Oh, I think that was Charlie's old theory, and Lilith ran with it. It's where it's like that double L sound is like, it's like a mating call for Kryptonian.
Subconscious mating call.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, why do you think he's always worried about Lex?
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting artistic choice.
How do you explain it? Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lori Lemaris.
That's a valid concept.
Although I think that's the whole Stan Lee thing, where he just he named all his characters had the same initials, so you can remember Peter Parker, Matt Murdock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the alliteration.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Excelsior.
And I think in names too, in general there were a lot more of that back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s than there are now. Yeah.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Nope.
No, I think we covered it. Yeah.
I popped in to say hey.
On to Millennium.
Oh yes. Kids,
oh boy.
Next episode, kids. Yes, we're going to cover the Millennium. If I have time, I'm going to try to read the Millennium actual miniseries, but we'll just cover the crossovers here. So I'm going to try to get myself some background. But yes, next time we'll cover Superman 13 and 14, Adventures of Superman 436 and 437, and Action Comics 596.
All right.
Which I believe I saw the Spectre on the cover.
Yes. I'm excited about that.
All right. So yes, kids, send us your thoughts on those. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Please pick up some merch. And again, if you do Lil's favor, just rain the money on us. Use that Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon, because, again, Lilith and I just planning crazier and crazier stuff over there. I promised you in 2024 that the Patreon Lilith Hellfire would be
more vicious and brutal than ever.
So find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. Tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
I love it.
All right, Mr. Tyler Patrick. You can hear him talking Superman here, and where else?
On the Krypton Report, all the time. That's all we do. Talk Superman and DC.
Sometimes Supergirl. Well, I know when the show was on, it was a big topic, but
yeah, it was.
All right. Oh, did you see that, Tyler? I was telling Justin. I saw something. I don't know if it's true, but they were saying Superman and Lois, the next season is going to be the last one because they didn't want it to compete with Superman Legacy.
And that's coming out now. I'm kind of like, okay.
I'm like, that's sad if it's true. I'm like, you're worried about your big budget movie competing with a CW budget show.
I mean, I always had a fear.
I like Superman and Lois, but I'm just like, you're worried about your big budget thing?
My thought was I always figured it would last for like 5 seasons, and it would end before Superman Legacy because I didn't really see like Superman Lois going for too long because I felt like the show had integrity and like they had a good story to tell and they didn't want to drag it out to be like the other shows where eventually it just got to be trash and redundant. But that makes me, okay. So if that's their thought, okay, it makes me retroactively ask, was them allowing Superman to be in Supergirl season 2 a reaction to the bad press of the character from BVS? Because 2016 is when we had both BVS and then he appeared on Supergirl for technically like 3 episodes, the first 2 and then like the last one that had a cameo in the second to last episode of the season.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, okay, so I don't know. Like, I mean, you can argue like, why are you diluting your product? But at the same time, like having 2 different versions of the character at 2 different times, is one thing, like, I mean, you're already going to have 2 different Batman properties. So whatever. I mean, in one way, I'm okay with it because it just kind of brings the character back down because we've had such a huge influx of everything from Marvel and DC over the past few years. But at the same time, I really like Superman and Lois, but I just want the, I want the quality to stay high. But at the same time, if it didn't get moved to like a streamer or something, like we see what the current CW is becoming.
There's no
like,
DC left. That's it. Superman and Lois.
But I mean, like, there's not even really a CW left.
No, that's what I told Lilith. My local station that was carrying CW, they're dropping it. Whatever Nexstar is doing, like with all their like a reality programming and reruns, like the show would have been canceled and ended probably anyways. Because I'm gonna have to watch it on Max or whatever probably next day.
I'm gonna do like I do every year. I buy it digitally and then watch it like that to support the show and have the show that I want.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it would have gotten probably canceled or lost just because of the network's gone to nothing now. Like it used to be a really great network and now it's nothing.
Well, at least they didn't end it on that cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I would have been outraged. I would have been like, give us something.
Exactly.
Just like give us like a 1 hour special, or a 2 hour made for TV movie to wrap it up.
Exactly. All right. Mr. Justin the Owl, it's your time to shine. We can find you here every twice a month on Electric Mullet. You can hear him every week on either Marvel Tales or X-Men Classic with me, talking something Marvel. You can hear him once a month with me and Russell on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Talking Azrael or Energon Universe, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content coming out of Image. And, of course, the king of podcasting does way more than that. So, Justin, what else are you doing?
Yes. You can also find me on the aforementioned Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is with Russell, where we talk about the Hulk and She-Hulk 3 times a month. Also, Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast, P-Ray.
P-Ray, because Ray's on it.
Joined by the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and we talk about Fox's Predator in comic books. And Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast. We're still going strong on that. A new episode just came out. We're covering Jack Kirby's classic Demon series. Nice. And the Lost Library of Legends is coming out with a new episode very soon as well. So keep your ears open for that one.
What topic?
You'll have to tune in and find out.
I bet I have somewhat of an idea.
Going back to the 90s here,
bitch. You would be right.
You weren't giving me any. I was like, I have the drop ready. Come on. Come on, I got the drop ready. Give me what I need.
I don't think so. It's me, your old pal, the Owl.
All right. Thank you for joining us, James. Oh, hey, I just noticed. I think Streaky's behind Tyler there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, my cat was one. Oh, they're both in here.
Yep. Nice.
One's right here. And okay, she loves being curled up on my short boxes.
Oh, I love that. You got a little perch up there.
So protected sleeping with those dozens of Supermen all over the wall. All right, kids, come back next time. Remember to join us for Truth, Justice, and the Mullet Way.
Watch out for that bad caviar.
I was going to say, I'm going to get me some fish sticks.